Hello everyone, welcome to today's live Python training session, our day 2 of our journey into Python programming. I'm super excited to have you all here. We will be spending next 2 to 2.5 or 3 hours learning Python basics step by step. Grab a notebook, get your desktop or laptop, get comfortable and let's code together. Don't forget, there will be two coffee breaks or one coffee break so we can get refreshed and stay sharp. So let's not waste time and directly jump into today's topic. Before that, I just want to give a quick recap of yesterday's live. So what we have already covered is the intro, the syntax and the comments in Python. We have already covered that. Variable, what are the data types in Python? Casting, we have also covered that. String, booleans and various types of operators, we have completed that. So if you're not if you're not watched my previous live, yesterday's one, just go through it and you will also clear this whole concept. Today we will be starting with the collection. The first thing is list, the second one is the tuple, set and dictionary and so on. Then there are the condition statements, if else, plus match cases. There are looping statements like while loop, for loop, and we will have coffee breaks in between to get fresh, and recap and Q&A session. Hope in yesterday's life you don't have any of the issue or you are not stuck on any of the concept. If you are, let's wait for 30 seconds and in the comment section, whichever topic is not being clear to you, I will just quickly walk through you on that topic. So the topics we have already covered is the solve. Mostly variable data types and castings are much more easier. String boolean operators, I think in operators, uh, some of them or some of you can get the issue because we have different types of operators, logical operators, arithmetic operators, comparison operators. So the topic was huge yesterday. In any of them, if you have any doubt, make sure you comment and clear it right away or else we can start it. Let's wait for a few seconds and then we will directly jump on list, which is the first collection. There are multiple types of collection in Python. List is the first one. Okay, so let's jump to our collections. So there are four types of collection in Pythons. First one is list, second is tuple, third is set or tuple, and fourth one is dictionary. So let's start with list over here. Simply a list, if you are aware of the other programming language, it's somewhat look like an array, but it much more different than array. So let's start coding with list. Let's jump into the code itself. This was our file app.py. Let's comment this out because we have ended on that in and not in list. Let me, it's PowerShell. How I have set up this Visual Studio VS Code, how we are running Python, everything is there in previous live. If you have any query, any doubt, just go through my previous live. Let me ping the link for yesterday's live in the comment so it will be easier for you all to navigate. Okay, yesterday's live link I've pinged in the chat section. You can go through it offline or right away and we can, or else we can start with the list. So here I've created a list name which is fruits, and to create a list there are two things we need to take care. First, the list, how to identify it as a list, first thing first. So the box bracket, the closing and opening of the box bracket, if you see here, this is how you identify in Python that it is a list. And of course the variable name, so list name over here is fruits and equals to. So let's take this example only. We have fruits, which is our list name. You can have XYZ list name, or you can say list 1, list 2, but you can't use list word itself. It is a keyword. Keyword means built in Python, so we can't use list as a variable name. See, its color changes to light blue or algae green or something else. Uh, the important part is that it is a keyword. It is a built-in keyword for Python, so we can't use list word as a variable. We can give list 1, list 2, and see how the color changes to black. So VS Code help us to identify this all. So this is how the list is created. I have an list name fruits, then equals to, of course, the box bracket open, the box bracket close, and anything inside the box bracket make the items inside the list are the items inside the list. So first thing first, apple, second, cherry. There are three items in the list. So let's, if you print it, let's try and print the list. So we will try to print fruit, which is the list name. Save it. How to execute the Python file in VS Code is Python space your file name app.py. Simple. You see how it comes. Simply, this is a format of list. You create in a same format and it will be displayed in the same format. Let's play around with list. So to play around with list, uh, we have multiple things over here. Also, we can add in list, subtract from or remove from list. We can manipulate the list, and there are much more things, but let's go step by step. For example, initially what we have learned is here, if you see name equals to Nilesh, so variable can hold only one value, but here list, as it state as list, it can hold multiple values, and all values are in same format. Same format means same data type. What are the data types? The string is a data type of this apple, banana, and cherry. How I identify that? Because it is covered in double quotes. So double quotes, in anything inside double quote is by default string in Python. So the data type is same, and there are three things. Let us access any one of it. Let us try to access any one of it. So let's try to access banana first or cherry first. So this is a trickier part. Let me check the comment section also if anyone has any doubt. Okay. So to access the first element, let we need to have print, and the first element, of course, 1 2 3, we have three elements, apple, banana, cherry. So the first element will be apple. Yes, if you're thinking this, so let's see the output. That if you have this is how you access the first element. Yeah, this is how you access an element. Fruits is the name of the list. The box bracket up till here it is correct, but the one is not the first element. The one is residing to banana. Let's see the output. Save it. See, the first print is printing our entire list, but in second one I'm targeting one of the element of the list, and that element is banana. Oh, how this list work is the indexing of the list is not starting from one. Indexing means the position, the roll number. In short, if you not understanding, it's a simple roll number. So the banana roll number is 1. Then what is the roll number of apple? It is 0. In list, the indexing, the roll number starts from 0. So if you want to access apple, you need to have 0 in the box bracket, and then you print it. Let's save it and see the output. Let me clear the screen so that output comes up. See, apple. This is how you, so now it's easy. If apple is 0, the banana will 1, the cherry will be 2, and so on. It's n plus 1, n is 0 over here. So simply if I want to access cherry, it should be 2. Save it. Let's clear the console and see. You see the cherry is being selected or printed. Okay, what happen if I try to access the element or the index which is not there? For example, 3 is not there. As apple is 0, banana is 1, cherry is 2, then 3, there is no element inside an array on the index of 3. Let's try to access 3 and let's see what's the error or what will be the output. You should always try experimenting with your code. It's good for learning purpose. So see, you got an error and the error says, first of all, the line number 127 is giving the error. So it says line 127 in the module means the line of code, the code which is actually giving the error, and it says index error. That's what I'm telling. The index is not present. The third index is not present, and it says list index out of range. Simply out of range means it is not there inside the list. That you are trying to print the index 3, but it is not there. As simple as that. I hope the list concept and the index concept inside the list is clear. If yes, you can comment yes or clear word so I can proceed, because the communication is much more important. It's make my job easy that you are understanding and I can go ahead. Or else I will wait for 30 seconds and I will go ahead, of course. Okay. Okay. So if this is clear, the next part of indexing is negative indexing. So what is negative indexing means? The number will contain minus sign. For example, let's try to print -1 inside the box. So fruits, box bracket, if 1 is banana, we have already seen, if I print this 1 is banana, let's remove this 2. I want only one output for better understanding. Let's clear the console. If 1 is banana, so what will be the -1? This is known as negative indexing or reverse indexing. Negative indexing or reverse indexing. So let's save it. See, cherry. Negative indexing means it will start from behind. The cherry will be -1, banana will be -2, or apple will be -3. This is known as reverse indexing or negative indexing. So let's try with -2 and save it. Of course, it will give banana only, but for your sake, I'm trying. See, the output is banana. If it is not visible, let me. Uh, I think now it will be visible. The output would be visible. Okay, so negative index is done. Okay, what if a list have hundreds of items? Not just one, not just two, it has hundreds, not 100, it can hundreds of item means from 400 to 500 or 700 to 1000 or 999, anything else. In hundreds, the number is in hundreds, and we want only from 300 to 400. We want to select that range. I want that, okay, if I have a 1 to 10 items, I just want to display from 2 to 4th, from second position to the fourth position. So that is known as slicing in Python, or the range of index. So how we can do this is, we'll start with 1 colon. Let's just have the code in place, and then we will see and understand what actual logic of this range means. Let's save it, clear the console, done. You see, we have three elements and I have told start from 1, end it on 2. This is the index. This is not a number. So index means 1 is banana, 2 is cherry, and 0 is apple. So I have told it start from 1, end it on 2. So why it only printing banana? Over here the logic is it will always print -1, means it will print one element before 2. So there is one element before 2. Yes, of course it is banana, and we are saying start from banana. So to understand it more clearly, let me add mango. Let's save it. Let's update 2 to 3. Now it will print banana and cherry. Again, I will explain you this, how this range works. See, so range work is the range required two things: starting point and then the ending point. The starting point starts from the index where what we have given. The index is 1. The one index we know, it's of course for banana. Done. This is clear. But the ending index, the third one, will always close before it. So it won't close at mango, but it will close on cherry. That is the end part. That's it, the slicing of the range. So how it works, it's the simple general formula. It start from n. Okay, it start from n colon, and it will always print m minus 1. So here in our case, n is 1 and m is 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. It will print from 1 to 2. So one index position is banana and cherry is the second position. As simple as that. This is the concept of indexing. We have seen the simple index, the reverse index, and of course the range of the index. If these three are clear to you, let's move on to the next topic. Of course, it's how we add, that I manually added banana, sorry, mango, but how we add any item into our current list. So that's what the example we have over here is. Adding anything to the list is known as append. Adding anything to the list is known as append. So let me comment this. Hope indexing topic is clear, because that is not that easy. Once you are done with it, we can move on, or else you just uh, revisit the video again for that particular part. Okay, now append means add. Append means to add a list, and let's add orange, and now just simply print fruits, because that is our list name. And let's see the output. Clear screen. See, the orange has been added at the end of the list. So we have 4 element in the list. We have manually added that, and then again we are using one function known as append. Append means to add anything at the end of the list. Anything you're adding with the help of append function, it will always add that particular item to end of that list. In our case, see, the orange is at the end of our entire list. As simple as that. Clear? Append is clear? Okay. Now I just want to update cherry into some another fruit, watermelon or something else. So how to do that? This topic known as change item value. This is our item and it has a value, banana value. So change item, that's what we are going to learn. So it's very simple. We need to have our list first. So this is how we select our list. Then we need to identify the cherry position. So I know 0, 1, 2 is on the second index or second position, and simply I need to write watermelon, and then after this again I print my list and save it. Let's see, the cherry should be gets converted into the watermelon. Let me clear the console. So we have two print statement. First, after the append we have print statement, so you can see the cherry is still present there, and then we have written a code to update the value of cherry, or to update the value of the second index. So that is of course the cherry one only we know, and then after I use the print statement, you see the changes in the output. It's very much clear. I think this topic is clear, how to update any value on any position, if you are aware of that index, of course, if you are aware of that position the cherry is on second, then only you can do this. Done. It's very simple. If you want to change not just one but two values or three values, then you need to use range in the list, and this is not easy, it's a bit complicated. Let's try to change the value with the help of range. So I want to change the value from banana, because now in the output we have 5. This is not our list now. This is not our list. Our list is the below one. The apple, banana, watermelon, mango, and orange is our current list. Don't forget that, because we are appending orange to it. So we have 5 elements. Now starting with 1, if I say starting with 1, so means starting with banana, go to mango. So for mango it will be 3, means we need to update banana and watermelon. We need to update two things. If your range concept is clear, because this 3 will act as m minus 1, means 1 to 2. So we need to assign two values inside a list. So let's have two fruits name. Kiwi is one of the fruit, of course, and dragon fruit. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of this dragon fruit, but yeah. So let's again print fruits. Let's save it, and we will have three printing statement, because for this we are appending the orange. Here we are changing the cherry to watermelon, and then here we are again changing banana and watermelon to kiwi and dragon fruit. So output will be apple, kiwi, dragon fruit, mango, and orange. Let's see it. And python app.py. See, the first one is of course apple, second banana, cherry, mango, orange. We have appended, means added the orange over there. In second one we are updating the value of cherry, so apple, banana, watermelon, mango, and orange again. The third one, the last one, is we have updated the banana to kiwi and watermelon to dragon fruit. The rest of things are same. So this is how you update the value in your current list with the help of the index or the range of index if you want to update multiple values. Okay, where list is important, of course, if you are doing very serious programming or creating a projects on it based on Python for mobile, for desktop, or for websites or web servers, list is one of the most important thing, because this is a the collection means it's a type of a database. First, whatever you get the value from your website, you will try to store into the list, and with the help of the list you manipulate few things and then you store into the DB. That's why the collections, not just list, entire collection, the tuple, dictionary, everything is important to learn. So make sure you are learning right here, right away. Any doubt, you just right away ask me. Okay, so this point is clear, I think. Let's move on to the next topic. Now we have already done the append. So now let's remove or delete an item from a list. So I want to remove the orange itself, because we have uh, added orange only. So to remove, it's very simple. Now let me quickly just comment other prints. Fruits dot remove. Simply I want to remove orange. That's it. There is a remove function, it will take care of that orange. Save it. Let's clear the console. See, because we have the above one print, that's why the first one is printing, and the second one, the orange is missing. We have already removed or deleted orange from our current list. Simple. Okay. Okay, if you want to remove anything specific with the index, we can also do that. Let's try to remove, and there the function is not remove, the function is pop, and inside the pop we need to pass the index. So I want to remove the dragon fruit, so index of the dragon fruit is 2, and now let's print and check. Let's clear the console, simple, and see the dragon fruit is gone. As simple as that. We have 3 printing statements, so that's why this 3 are coming. And the first, let me comment this also, and rerun again. So in first one we have removed the orange, in the second one we have removed the index 2. The index 2 is of dragon fruit, so we have already removed this. What will happen if we don't pass any index inside the pop? What will happen? So let's try it. Fruits fruits dot pop. We are passing nothing. Then again we will print fruits. Let's save it, clear the console. See, in first one we have removed the orange here. Second one we are using the index value, so we have removed the dragon fruit. And if you do not specified any index value, by default pop will remove the last value of your list. As it's same as append will add anything to your list at the end. The same thing, pop will remove anything from your list, but at the end only, from the end only. Hope this is also clear. So this was all the topic inside the list, starting from what is list, how to create a list, index in list, range in list. After range, we have seen how to add element using append. Then again, we have seen to update a value in the list with the help of index. Of course, we have also seen with the help of range, we can update the multiple values in the list, which is here on line number 134. Then removing the value with its name itself, and the again the using pop we can remove the or delete the item from the list from a particular index or from the end. Done. This is all about the list. If there is any doubt we can clear that, or else we can jump onto the next collection. The next is tuple. The next collection is tuple. So here one thing I've just in bracket I've highlighted, one thing is immutable. So what is immutable? I will explain you once uh, the code and everything, and what is tuple, we get that. So let's start with tuple. So this is the syntax how you create the tuple with the parenthesis or round bracket. So let's take the same example itself, playing around with fruits. Let me comment everything now in the let's itself, because we have started with tuple. Done. Let's save it, clear the console, and of course hash tuple. So of course same like list, you can't name your tuple as tuple, so you can name anything else. So I will name the same thing as fruits. Let's continue that. The only difference here is it is inside round bracket, it use round bracket, so that fruits will be a type of tuple. This is how you identify tuple, parenthesis, or it is also known as round bracket. Let me copy paste that first thing. Simple. Once you print it, fruits, save it, done. You see, as simple as that. Tuple. Now, the difference between list and tuple. So immutable means unchangeable. You can't change a tuple. Unchangeable means you can't update the value, you can add the value, you can remove the value. All the possibilities we have seen and done inside the list, you can't do anything in tuple. That's why it is known as immutable. Immutable means you can't update it, you can't change it. So that means list is mutable. You can change the list, you can update the list, delete the list, whatsoever we have seen already. Okay. Now, why? What are the other benefits using tuple if it is unchangeable? And of course, there is one more thing to the tuple is it is ordered. What do you mean by ordered, or what I mean by order is it means that the item had definite order and that order will not change. For example, if first is banana, second is apple, third is cherry, so we can't have banana and cherry again or apple again. For example, let me clarify those things to you. Order means we can't. Okay, someone in the chat. Okay, this was not clear. Oh, okay, so let me just explain you again. In list, on 0th position we have apple, and on first position we have banana. We can interchange the values of 0th position and first position. Banana can be first, apple can be second, in the same list. Same list means in the fruit itself. I am not creating fruit 1, fruit 2. But here in tuple, we can't interchange that. Why? Because it is immutable. We can't change anything. Also, the value inside it, the existing value inside it, we can't update it. That's the difference. Okay, let's start with again. And one more specialty of tuple is it can have a duplicate values. For example, let me show you quickly. Let me copy paste apple. It allows duplicate values. Fruits, save it, just clear the console. See, the first one is coming from here, the second printings allow the same value means duplicate value. This is what the power or benefit of using tuple. Now there is one function which is there in list also, so you can try there in the list. So that is to get the length of a tuple, how big my tuple is. Save it, and the same is there inside the list also. Because if it is in hundreds and thousand, we are not sure what are how big my list is or how big my tuple is. So that's why this alien length function is being created. So with the help of length function, we know our tuple have four values. Of course, starting the index value starts from 0, but in numbers it has four values. We can see this. It's clear the length. Now let's try to access it. The same thing we already done this in list. So the first value will be banana printed. The same thing, but there is a difference of that immutable when I will be coming on the topic of updating the tuple. That is interesting. See, it's same. It means all type of range will work over here. Negative index will be working over here. We have banana, so all type of index will be working over. What not will be working is the append and remove, because it is immutable, unchangeable. We can't append anything in tuple. We can't remove anything from the tuple. So how to append and how to remove anything from tuple is a bit trickier, and also there is an hard work involved in it. So let me quickly comment all this, and let's leave. Okay, it's fine. We need to have one printing statement above. So now we are going to append something to our fruits, means that is our tuple itself. First I will doing it purposely to have an error in place. let's add mango, and it will say tuple is immutable, but to show you all I'm doing this. Then we will do it right away. How actually we can make tuple as immutable means changeable. See, attribute error. Tuple, a tuple object has no attribute append. There is nothing append, then there is no function called append for tuple. There is nothing, but here if we have already seen, we can append many things to list, but we can't append anything to tuple. So how we can do this? It's very simple, but there is a hard work involved. So let me quickly change this. First, we need to convert our tuple. So I will have fruits list to list equals to fruits, and this needs to be wrapped up inside a function called as list. So here what we are doing, we are calling a function name as list. That function is responsible to convert our tuple into the list, and once it is converted, we are saving into a new variable that will act as our new list itself. So here I just need to call our list, and then we will append mango. Of course append will work in list, and before printing we need to re change this list or update this list or convert this list into tuple. Of course we are learning tuple, so we need to use this function which is tuple itself. And now let's save it, clear everything, and you see now, if you see here, apple, banana, cherry, apple, the first printing statement which is coming from this line number 152, and the below it is apple, banana, cherry, apple, mango. We have successfully appended mango to our tuple. How I identify this both are tuple? With the help of parenthesis. If you try to print the newly created list, of course it will come with round brackets. Let me print that also, because we have created that just to show you the difference between them. See, I've printed the list on line number 16 after that print. So the last line is list itself. Done. This is how you can manipulate tuple. Tuple is immutable, means unchangeable. So we need to change it to the list, and all the functions, remove, indexing, adding, changing, updating value from the range, multiple values we have seen in the list, same now applies to tuple itself. So I'm not repeating that again. It's the same thing, because once the tuple is converted into the list, each and every function will act on our list now. As simple as that. Now tuple is completed. Okay, let's move on to next collection, which is set. And in bracket I've written unique. I've highlighted that unique. Why? In maths, simply in maths, in mathematics, you have learned set. And what is the one thing about set? Why it is very unique? Just I will wait for 1 minute, because this is very basic question. You have already learned this in fifth grade, sixth grade, or seventh grade, whatever grade, but this is in your schooling days. So why set is unique? Why it is unique? It's not related to coding or programming anything. It is just simply a mathematics. Yes. Meantime, I will complete the code and everything, get ready for the next thing. Meantime, I'm seeing the comment section why set is unique, and I can't name it set, so I will give it set1, and how to identify set as with the curly braces. Okay, same example I'm taking, and I will print set1. Done. I will clear the console. Nobody knows. It's nobody is interested in maths, I think. Why set is unique is, okay, I will answer it. The set is unique because in set you can't have duplicate values. As simple as that. In set you can't have duplicate values. For example, on line number 164, I've already written 1 comma 2 comma 3, but while time of printing it will print only 1 comma 2 comma 3. Let's see, let's hit enter and see the output. The output is 1 comma 2 comma 3. So that's why set is unique, because in set there is no duplicate values. In database, if you are aware of any of the database, it's known as redundancy. The duplication of the values is known as redundancy. So if you are using Python and for your DB creation you are using set, so there will be no duplicate values and it will save your time. You don't need to write in some other logic to remove the redundancy. It's just a suggestion for you all. So now what are the operations we can perform on set? It's simply same, add, remove, everything. All the things we have already seen, we can apply to the set. Also, uh, it is also immutable. Let me go through chat fast. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, so back to the topic. Yes, so it is immutable. Immutable means while time of creating the set you can add as many as values to it, but once the set is created, like set 1 is created, I can't now add anything or do anything to it. So again the same thing, we need to convert this into the list, and after converting this into the list, voila, your job is done. Okay, let me also show you one thing in set. I will create a new set. It can has random values, for example apple, uh, comma we will have 0 comma 1 comma 2, of course the boolean value which are true and false, and then I will try to print this set 2, save it. What will be the output? Apple 0 1 2 true and false. There is no repeating values, of course. This same thing will be printed. No, not, of course not. See the output. What is printed? 0 1 2 and apple. Why? Because it doesn't allow the duplicate values. What is duplicate over here? True and false is individual. 0 1 2 and apple are the complete different things. Of course not. In programming, 0 and 1 is considered as true and false. That's why it only printed the value of true and false, which is 0 and 1, not actual word true and false. I hope this is clear. So make sure while you're utilizing 0 and 1 or true or false inside the set, make sure you're not doing it together. And it will remove the end values, end repeated values. It will keep the first value, means it find first 0, it will keep 0 and then remove if other zeros are found at the end or false are found at the other end. So this is clear. Again same thing, we need to convert it to the list and then add anything to it. And you can also use one thing, because I have written this in the PPT, this add will work, but append won't work. Append itself won't work. Let me just quickly have this thing. Let's try the adding 4. Go to the code. Let's add to okay, let me comment this also. And now let's add to set1 dot add, and we will add 4 print set1 dot, we don't need to miss the dot or else it won't acting as a function. Clear screen and simple. You see 1 2 3 4, 4 has been added. Append is different, adding is different over here, but you can understand it in the same way. Also, directly with the help of indexing, we can't update anything inside the list that we have seen in the list and tuple itself. So there is another function in set, we can use that, and that function is, of course, the name of the function itself is update. So set one dot update, what this will do, this will update one value to other value. And what value we need to update, let's see, we have 1 2 3 4 here in the output. Which value you want to update, we can update that. Let's update 2 and let's see, is there any error or it will update value 2. Let's save it, clear the screen. See, it gives us an error. Of course, this won't work because it is unchangeable. That's why I was making sure I make a mistake and then I will show you. See, it says int object is not iterable. Means in short, it is, we can't update the already created set, which I was saying earlier. We can't update already created set. We have already created 1 2 3 4, then we added the 4 at the end. We can add anything to the end, but we can't update any value because it is unchangeable. So how to do it? If I want to update, how I can update it? So there are many other possible ways to do that. Let's try with one. Let's go with the one by one. So we can't do anything to the current, which is 1 2 3 and 4. So I need to have other set, another set. I have another set. I've created set 3. Inside that set 3, I will have some new values to it. 4 5 6 7. This is one way. And then what I will do is I will update set1 equals to update step set3, sorry, and here it should be dot, of course. So set1 dot update set3 means now set1 will be updated with the values of set3, not override it. There is a difference between overriding and updating. Once you will see the output, you will understand what I'm saying right now. See, the first one was 1 2 3, of course, then we added 4, of course, and then we created a set 3 with the values of 5 6 7, and set 1 is being updated with the value of set 3, which has 5 6 7, and if you see at the end 5 6 7. But you haven't updated the value 2. We were trying to achieve to update the value 2 into some other value. How to do that? Again, it's the only way possible is to convert this set into the list, then update the value of 2, and then again convert it into the set and print it. This is the only possible way to update anything inside the set, because once set is created, you can't update anything to it. Hope you got my point. So if you want to try that, we can try those things also. Okay, let me quickly do that. Set1, and we need to update it to list. So set1 list is equals to list function. Inside this list function, we will have set3, so it got converted into the list. Now we have a set1 list, list list. The 2 number is on the position of 1. Don't forget the indexing part. So we need to update it with the 8. Let's update it with the value 8, and then again we need to update our set1. That's being confusing, I know, but you need to follow this video again and again to get at what I'm doing. So first what I'm doing is the set1 list is the name of my new list. Here I'm converting my set3 into the list and storing inside the set1. Then here with the help of indexing I'm targeting the value 2 and changing it to the 8. And then again inside set1 I'm storing my set, means list, once it is get converted to list. And now when I print, and this all very simple interview question, all of course you can have very, this questions are very silly once you know the concept, but it has been trickier if you're not able to do it correctly. See, okay, I've updated the set, it should be set 1, my bad. Okay, done. You see the value 2 is missing here, but 8 has been added. Is that so? No, the value 2 has been converted to 8, and of course the set is an ordered set, means it will always have an increasing value 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why 2 has been updated to 8, and 8 is a greater value than 7, so it has an ascending order and it has get or got the last position in the set. As simple as that. I hope this is very much clear what I have done over here is, or else it's getting very heavy, so I can re-explain it to you all what is going on here, because these concepts are very much important to understand. And at the end is simply remove. So we will use set1 dot remove, and we want to remove, let's remove 8 only, and print set1. Save it, clear the console, and you see remove is directly working, add and remove is directly working, only append and at particular position value update is not working in, it will not work in set. So the value 8 has been already removed. As simple as that, we have done with the set. We'll take 2 minutes of break or 2 minutes of pause, because I just want you all to understand the set, the list, and the tuple concept and all the function I've used. If any doubt, just comment out and I will go on that topic again. Make sure you all understand this, and then we will move on to the last collection, which is dictionary. Let's take 2 minutes of break over here. Oh, my bad. I just I did this only, so how you will go through this logic of set. Now you can go through the logic, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, let's now jump on to dictionary. This is very much interesting. Dictionary is very much interesting. So dictionary has two things. First key, second value. So let's start with the code itself and then I will be explaining to you all. Let me quickly comment down this all now. I hope set is clear to you all because collection is very much important in Python. If you're trying to go into the field of data like data analyst, data engineering, data science, ML, AI, DL, everywhere you will be using this any one of the collection. Anyone. Majority time more than two. So we are starting with dictionary. And after dictionary, we will have a coffee break, don't worry. Because after dictionary, we will be starting with a conditional statement. That is next topic. Okay, and let me quickly grab this only. Simple. Okay, let's print it. Let me clear the screen. Okay, because we only targeted to print the name, it is printing the name. Let's remove that and let's print everything first. This is how a dictionary looks like. In curly braces, but a key and value. What is key? Name is key inside double quotes. What is value? The name is the value, the name word. What is key? Age is the key. What is value? 20 is the value. Simple. So key and value pair. This is one pair. One pair is completed, then comma is must to have in the dictionary. Then the second pair means key and value pair. This is a definition of dictionary. It always consists of keys and values pair, and it can have multiple keys and multiple values, means different keys and different values. As simple as that. And of course, you have already seen if you want to print a specific thing inside the list, means a specific pair inside the list, we just need to have the key name. The age is the key name. So value is 20, of course, so it will give us the value. We are targeting to key, it will give the value. So 20 is the value. Simple. It is changeable, of course, it is changeable. We can update the value, remove the value, add the value, append the value, everything we can do. So this is how you access it. This is the accessing the item inside the list with the help of keys. Now let's change the value into something. So I will be using update function over here. Update, and of course the name of our dictionary, student dot. Now inside parenthesis I can't directly write the value which I want to update. For example, I want to update the name to Nilesh. It is not possible. Why? Because we need to highlight the Nilesh is a value of which key to Python. So we need to have this curly braces first. Inside this curly braces, we need to have the key name, which is name. And now this is completed. So we are targeting the name and updating its value from previous value to a new value, as simple as that. And then again I will print my entire dictionary. I will remove this, save it, clear the screen, and see, now the name has been updated to Nilesh itself. So how this is how update works in dictionary. Simple. You can't directly have the value itself because it will ask again for which key you're trying to update it. So we need to highlight for name we are trying to update this. Hope this is clear. Now how we add anything to of course our dictionary. So let's see that also. So student is our dictionary. Inside student, the key is accessed like this. So I'm creating a new key. So new key, name, age, what else we can add, name, age, roll number, for example, a roll number. I'm not getting anything. Or a employee ID, EMP employee ID, simple, equals to some random number, 1 2 3 4 5 random numbers. I was adding in the random numbers to my EMP ID. Now if I try to print student, complete student, and let's save it, clear the screen of course, and you see the EMP ID, the employee ID is being added. So this is how you add new key and value to your existing or your current dictionary. So what needs to be done, of course, in box bracket, because in box bracket we access the key. So here we have created a box bracket and we address the new key name, which is EMP ID in this example, and of course the value is 1234 associated with this key. So this is how you add items to dictionary. Now how you update the item, you have already seen this, updating the item, adding the item done. So let's see removing an item, how you remove it. So here simply let me just, we will remove the EMP ID itself, that only. So same removing, we will be using dot pop, and inside this I want to remove EMP ID. So if I remove the key itself, the value also will be automatically gets removed. So I've removed the key only because they are associated. The value is always associated with the key. If you remove the key, if you pop means removing something. If you pop means remove the value, sorry, remove the key, ultimately the value will be removed. So let's again print student. Let's save it, clear the console. You see at the in the end of the printing statement, we don't have this EMP ID because we have removed it. Done? Clear? Okay. What about if you don't want to uh, remove a specific key, you just want to remove a key which is present at the end. So how to do that? It's simply student dot pop item. Simple. By executing this, it will by default remove the last key and value, which is in our case it's age and value is 20. Simple. Let's now clear the screen and let me comment this all printing statement just for comparison. We will have the first one and the last one. Save it and see. The first one is the name and the age, and of course the pop item has removed the age, and of course we have already removed this employee ID, that's why it is not there. Let me comment this one also, that 20 is coming from the age. Done. So how to add, how to update, how to specifically remove one key, and of course the pair, key and value pair. And if you don't want to remove any specific key, just want to remove the last item from your dictionary, just use pop item and that will carry out your job. Simply, this was dictionary itself. So we have seen list, all the functions, all the methods, how to add, append, what is index, reverse index, negative index, range of index, all the operations, add, append, remove, delete inside the list. Same for tuple, same for set, same for dictionary. So collections is complete in Python, and this is the most important topic in Python. uh, on as you are the beginner, if you are a beginner and you're starting Python, this is the most important. Also if you are intermediate, just revisit this video and you will brush up your Python skills, because many of them I've In my personal experience, I saw many of the people struggling in real-time jobs because they are not aware of the will append work in tuple, will append work in set or dictionary, will remove will work in dictionary or not. They are not very much clear of this concept because the hands-on knowledge and the learning experience might they didn't concentrate it that well once they were trying to learn Python when they were trying to learn Python. So this is your right time to learn Python, and also with me do a hands-on and practice it offline also, so you don't need to revisit the books or the you need to don't need to do a simple Google of append will work or the add will work in this or not. As simple as that. Okay, let's have a quick coffee break and we will be back in 10 minutes. Okay, we are back, and 10 minutes is more than enough for a break, or else you all will be just tucking inside your blanket and it's going off to sleep. Yeah, continuing with the next topic, which is the conditional statement, of course. And in conditional statement, we have multiple type of conditional statement. First is first, if. Second is elif. Third is else, and fourth is match case. I know it is much more in one video. We have already gone through the collection and it is very hectic, so I will just touch the if part, and then in tomorrow's live at 7 p.m. sharp I will be going through all the conditional statements. So we will do step by step. Of course, if you have gone through the description of this live, I have just break down this live into a 5-day live. So previously, the yesterday's live, we have just gone through the basic. Today we have gone through all the collections, and tomorrow we will be going through conditional statement. Day after tomorrow we will be going into looping statement, and then we will start the intermediate one. And once you have a hands-on knowledge on this, then you can easily do the intermediate one. So let's start with a simple example of if condition. Let me quickly comment everything here, and I hope you all are learning something, taking away some valuable lessons from this life. And also just give me a few feedback that I'm going fast, I'm going slow, or any of the topic you want me to reiterate it. Your feedback will help me to make this live session more intuitive, more happening, and of course, we all will learn something new each and every day. Not just in terms of coding. Of course, I will be me in mid also. I will be sharing some experience of my work and what are the challenge I faced during my work. Uh, Not in just of coding, of course, the brainstorming and everything. So let's start with simple if, and after this we will wind off. So for a simple if, we will take two values. Let's have num1, which is 10, and let's take num2, which holds a value of 5. Simple in Python. If syntax is if space b is greater than a, simply colon, enter, print, not b, sorry, here it should be num2, because in my offline lecture I always use a and b, but we need to maintain the professionalism, so that's why num1 and num2. And here I will say number 1 is greater greater than number 2. And of course, if we want to, in yesterday's live we have learned this f string, so let's try that also. I will have the num1 over here and colon, and the same thing we will do with this num2. So we will have num1 and num2 value also, and num2, let's save it. And if this is true, then only the print statement will work. So let clear it. This is how if works. So that is true. See, the num1 is 10. This curly braces and num1 is acting as a variable holder, so it is holding a value of 10, and 10 is greater than 5, which is true. I've just written it in a complex way. You can remove this and you can have the num1 is greater than 2. If I reverse this sign, or else if we reverse num2 is greater than num1, we of course know 5 is not greater than 10. But yeah, let's try if this print works or not. Let's save it, clear the console, and once you execute the program, there is no output at all. Why? Because as condition is false, that if condition is false, num2 is not greater than num1. We know that, but program is saying that you have trying to compare num2 is greater than num1 which is of course false, and if the if statement is false, it won't run anything inside it. How I know it is inside it? This tab space. There is a tab space. If there is a tab space, it is inside the if. As simple as that. So I will be stopping over here. What, because this is not a user friendly program. First thing first, this is not a user friendly program because nothing has been printed. So if end user are using our program, so they won't be getting anything from here. They will they won't understand. They will think, oh, the app crashes or this program is not working. So how to fix this, we will be seeing those things into my next live, and in my next live we will be starting with detailed explanation and detailed understanding, detailed learning of if, elif and else, and then match case. So if you have any doubt in today's lecture, in today's collections, you can ask in the comment section, or else awesome work everyone. We have just completed day 2 of Python basics. We have learned about collections, inside which we have learned about list, tuple, set and dictionary. Of course, soon enough we will be tomorrow learning about if else and looping statement and more on. So make sure to practice this concept before the session, next session of course, which is tomorrow 7 p.m. If you enjoyed today's class and want to support my work, you can visit my coffee link, kofi.com. Of course the link is here and in the chat section also. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss the day 3. See you all in the next session. Happy learning, happy coding. Till then, bye.